Hello and welcomes back everyone. And Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Hask here. And we are on our way to the Dark Temple. The risk of losing our life is worth the risk of Darth Bara, or so he feels, to retrieve a weapon of the Sith Emperor, a device known as the Ravager, which he'll be able to use, hopefully, to extract the secrets from that Republic agent. So, nice to know where we are on the totem pole. We no longer have double experience, that event has ended, but we'll still be able to get plenty of experience during our missions and through the liberal use of experience boosters. Right, so the Ravager is to the far west of Dromund Kaas.
Destination?
There's plenty of things we can do on the way. So there is ongoing progress to expand Dromund Kaas to the west here. Unfortunately, I guess there's a bit of political infighting and who's going to get what building and what it's going to be dedicated to, because this construction effort's been ongoing for many a year. And at the moment, a few problems are cropping up, as we're about to discover.
Please use all products only as intended.
Damn it, this would never have happened on my watch. Ah, my lord, it's good to see that the Sith haven't let things slide. Not like the rest of this circus of an empire. First, it's slave rebellions in the jungle, then this. We wouldn't have allowed these kinds of things 30 years ago.
What's the problem, officer?
I was sent to this construction site to investigate unusual behavior among the droids. I wasn't here long when one of the units attacked me. I barely escaped with my life, but worse than that, I found this transmitter on the droid.
Do you think the droids were being controlled by someone?
Yes, and I believe they're sending signals back as well. I warned my superiors what would happen if they continued to be lax about this planet's security. Someone, an independent interest, a rogue Sith Lord, is using these droids to broadcast Kaas City's schematics to an off-planet location.
When I find whoever is behind this, they will learn what becomes of those who cross the Sith.
I hope you do. But with all respect, I think it's important that we stop the outgoing flow of information first. We need to get those transmitters. If we can remove enough of them from the droids, it'll make the data they're sending unintelligible. The sooner we get those transmitters out, the better. This information can't end up in the hands of our enemies.
Okay. So we need to locate the malfunctioning droids and retrieve those transmitters. Maybe, from looking at the devices themselves, we'll know who is being contacted.
Makes me feel tiny. I don't suppose you share in that sentiment.
Well, lore-wise, I can't decide if Hask has been a Dromund Kaas before. I imagine he has, with his, quote-unquote family. It's been a couple of days, so I'm a little bit rusty. I have to remember my various techniques. Level 40 gets us a new passive ability. Good. right, we have a reset on the conquest progress now, haven't we? Require one more transmitter.
If I die, I'm going to haunt
Thank you. Oh, we actually have a bit of mail as well. I wonder if that's someone contacting us in regards to the situation at Graffin's estate. Emic Sandor. Oh, of course, the Sith who asked us to deal with the Order of Revan. Their master, Tari Darkspanner, was taken in secret and being unburdened of her heresy to the Dark Council. An infiltrator has been sent in her place, laying the foundation for the Revanites' destruction.
Back already? And you have the transmitters?
Just take them already.
Well, what do you know? And here I was starting to think efficiency had gone out of style. I owe you thanks. If you'll give me a moment, I'll upload the data to High Command and we'll see what's what. This is worse than I ever would have imagined. Lord Grathan's behind this. He has to be.
I know Lord Grathan and his wife. A scheming, troubled family.
He's covered his tracks well. We won't be able to prove it, but Lord Grathan has been sending security codes and planetary readouts off-world. Everything an invading army would need. Major Shellister is already en route to the probable invasion site with every soldier he can find. They'll meet you just across the bridge. Hurry.
Major Shellister, okay. We mentioned this a few videos back, but we met an archaeologist with that name. Let's see, I wonder if they're related. Either way, level 40, which give us access to Force Grip. Our Force Choker now deals 100% more damage and generates 100% more threat, and activates instantly. Huh. Alright, so it doesn't have that channel time. Interesting. Never mind. Any new abilities? No. Level 42 will get us the next skill on the Immortal Tree. So 42, 43, and 44. Very nice.
Here we go again.
try to bypass these enemies using our speeder, but I get annoyed when I get shot off our mount. So we might as well just cut our way through. Now, I somewhat regret not taking a heroic mission from the spaceport terminal. Because now, when we talk to the Major, I think he'll give us the quests backwards. So he wants to tell us about the situation on a heroic mission.
Over the last 3 days... the...
So, we'll be right back. We'll pretend that conversation never happened.
I am here. Where is this invasion Captain Ison was so sure was happening?
It's happening, my lord. And how?
There you go. That was what was meant to happen. And now, if I just abandon this... Perfect.
Over the last 3 days, a series of transmissions left Dromund Kaas and were received by ships orbiting a nearby asteroid. These transmissions contained safe landing coordinates for the planet's surface and security codes to bypass the orbital defenses.
Are we at war? Have the Jedi finally landed?
Even the Jedi don't have the temerity to attack Dromund Kaas itself. Several hours ago, small shuttles built to avoid sensor detection began to land and deliver troops to the planet's surface. These troops are brutal alien mercenaries of the exiled Lord Titonus. Students of Sith politics will remember she was the rebel who declared her own kingdom on Bara.
I thought that Captain Ison said Grathan was behind this.
It may be that Lord Grathan gave her the information, but it's not his army landing. Lord Titonus has judged her timing perfectly. With so many of our forces off-planet, it is possible she could take Kaas City if she lands her entire mercenary army. We must stop her shuttles from landing and beat back her forces. I've thrown every resource I have down there already. Now it's up to you.
Okay, Lord Titonus. So I'm guessing Lord Grathan was making some sort of deal with this other rogue Sith Lord. So, for those of you who may not be aware, I imagine most of you are, while I activate this experience booster. If we head along this way, towards the mercenary landing site, we have another Datacron. Which sometimes we can fail to grab. Yeah, just about. Ta-da! We are no longer able to access this Datacron. You must gather your party before venturing forth. So, we need to defeat some of the enemies, some of the mercenaries here. We need to find demolitionists. And then with their own explosive charges, destroy their own shuttles. Now this particular heroic can be a bit of a pain in the butt, so actually Vet is going to be healing me. Because sometimes the enemies can be a bit too strong together. also have a bonus mission to defeat 20 of the mercenary forces. One more demolitionist somewhere. You'll do.
All better.
Right. With the 3 packs of thermal charges. Let's plant these explosives, shall we?
All better.
Keep an eye out for any spawning groups of enemies, since we had another player. Looks like it was maybe an assassin clearing out the region. Yeah, there's normally enemies meant to be around here.
You're good to go.
Follow in their wake and avoid most of the enemies.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Oh, that's not very nice. This infiltrator trying to stun us there. There's the final shuttle we need to deal with. Someone's been along this way. We still need 9 more targets to deal with. I mean, in fairness, it's only the bonus mission, but Oh, didn't see that third target there. Sorry, old chap, you weren't important enough for me to actually see. What? Last explosive. So, 2 more mercenaries. Sometimes there's 2 guarding this building here. They've been recently killed. Okay, that's fine. God damn it. Trying to avoid any unnecessary battles. Okay. So now we just need to find Lord Titonus and their apprentices. Being used as their forward base now that they've secured kind of a landing pad. Companion gifts there. And here we are. Lord Titonus herself.
All better.
I'll never be able to prove Lord Grathan was behind the transmissions that allowed her invasion, but it doesn't matter. Everyone who matters knows the truth, and Grathan is already losing influence and followers.
Excellent. That was the Major there, congratulating us on our victory. Oh. The Thermal Bulwark Chest Guard. odd. Okay, kind of like the Ravager's chest piece. I like the robes, but I'm not always a fan of hoods. I mean, because we don't have a hairstyle, hood isn't too terrible. We even have a kind of a rebreather here. I do love rebreathers. I would be highly tempted to keep it. But because my previous Sith Warrior curse was wearing one, because it does modulate your voice slightly, you know, it works really well with the Sith Warrior. I may wear it on 1 or 2 worlds that may call for it, but it's not like we need it per se. Whereas Curse, we wore it all the time. I think even from level 1. Ah, we just missed the elevator.
You're good to go.
Could always wear a face mask at some point as well. That would modulate our voice, I think, the same way as the rebreather would. Maybe. I mean, droid helmets adjust your voice a certain way. Maybe we can test that out, whether a mask, like a face helmet, changes your voice differently than a rebreather would. Just wait for this elevator. This takes us back up to the good Major. This was another way down to the heroic area, but because one of the shuttles is, well, 2 of the shuttles along that way, we always tend to start where we start. And now we can continue smoothly, somewhat smoothly, on the way to the Dark Temple. Right. Let's talk about another situation. Do you remember when we were heading to the tomb of Marka Ragnos in the lower wilds of Korriban, and the Imperial Army, the slaves working there, weren't exactly doing their best? Keep that in mind, please.
Please use all products only as intended.
Not that I'm certainly giving you any hints of what we may discover as we get close to a focus of dark side power.
Can you sense it, my lord? Something out there? I wish it were in my head, but I know it's real. Please excuse me. It's these long nights, excavating relics near the Dark Temple. I'm Major Swain Lothar, Imperial Reclamation Service. My team uncovered several significant artifacts at a nearby dig. That's when things started going wrong.
I don't appreciate dramatic pauses.
I'm sorry, it's just that I can hardly make sense of it myself. First, it was strange noises from the temple, then figures lurking nearby. My team didn't like it, but I told them to push on. Now they're days overdue, and I owe a report to Lord Duan. But I can't go out there. I need someone to find them, make sure the artifacts make it.
Those artifacts will be with the Empire soon.
Thank you. I was just about to write the whole dig off as a loss. My team's still in those caves. Whatever's happened, please bring those relics to Lord Duan. He's overseeing a small camp by the Dark Temple.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a forward base of operations near the Dark Temple for whatever situation they're up to there. Unfortunately, various troopers and archaeologists, well, they attacked us. Oh, great. I mean, I know we're initiating combat. We're the ones attacking these people, but they are showing hostile intent. That's my excuse. I mean, hey, do you want to be friendly? Gotta be friends. Nope, okay. Hey, I tried. I tried my best. Some more Sith acting weirdly over there. Oh, lovely. And a holopad here. The artifacts are clearly missing and look to have been violently removed.
I've only a moment to rest. Those things from the Dark Temple are attacking again. Jez thinks they're drawn to the artifacts. I bet he's right. They went berserk the second we packed everything up to leave. It's time to make a stand. If those crazies want our relics, they'll have to kill us first.
The weird thing is that apparently the Dark Temple was meant to be sealed and no one, without like direct permission from a member of the Dark Council, would be allowed or permitted entrance. Officially anyway. I'm sure some upstart Sith may have seen the opportunity to gain power. Either some Sith apprentice looking to find power beyond themselves, or maybe even a Sith Lord, maybe even a Darth, sending their apprentices out to find artifacts that would, or any knowledge about the Sith Emperor. Follow the forest trail here. That'll lead us around to Outpost Warden. There's Lord Duin, who is seeking those relics. Well, there's a few other individuals who would like our aid. What's this? A heroic mission. The Possessed Hunter. By order of the Dark Council, the legendary. Bloody hell! How long has that been that way? The legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Valen Corrick is wanted for betraying the Imperial Mandalorian Alliance and murdering 2 Sith Lords in Kaas City in open combat. He is considered extremely dangerous and believed to have fled into the Dark Temple. Only persons authorized to enter the Dark Temple should give pursuit. Corrick is believed to be heavily armed, and the situation in the Dark Temple remains unpredictable. Another thing to mention is he hasn't went into the temple alone. He's pulled some of his Mandalorian brothers and sisters into the temple with him. Now, this heroic we will take, but it's had a few problems over the years. It used to be that the respawn rate of Valen Corrick was extremely slow, and a lot of people would be gathering around, hopefully partying up, to claim the victory in slaying him. Now I believe, or the last time I was here as my Imperial agent, they've increased the spawn rate exceedingly quickly, and that includes for his Mandalorian bodyguards just outside of the main chamber. But we'll talk about that once we get into the temple itself. Meanwhile,
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned. I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
How did you come up with that?
Sounds I heard coming out of that place would send a Rancor running, if it was smart enough to run. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire, a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower, they were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
What kind of data was it?
We were studying a recent increase in seismic activity in the area. including possible damage to the temple itself. The slaves from the expeditions were equipped with data pads to store the data they collected. Bring back those data pads. This information's vital to future construction on Dromund Kaas. It's not glamorous, but will you help?
I wouldn't call it a challenge, but it seems straightforward.
Amazing. Fantastic. Your help is invaluable. I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
Okay. So seismic data pads. And last but not least, we have Lord Alaric here.
At last, the Dark Council has answered my petitions and sent a powerful fighting Sith to help secure the temple.
I'm not here to secure the temple.
Of course, I've been ignored again. How stupid of me. If you're here, however, you must have the authority to enter the Dark Temple. You could still save this planet.
You have my attention.
The Dark Temple is ancient, built during a previous incarnation of our Empire. 1,000 years ago, our own Emperor buried his enemies here. These enemies remain powerful, even in death, which is why the temple was sealed. But now, something terrible has happened.
Some idiot went and woke them up.
With the Emperor's attention elsewhere, a group of ambitious but ignorant Sith thought to gain power by raiding the temple. They didn't find the relics they sought. Instead, they awoke an ancient Sith Lord, Lord Kalig, and their expedition plunged into madness.
What was this expedition? How many people were lost?
At least 100. Several Sith, slaves, soldiers, experts. All stupid. Because Lord Kalig died by ambush, I believe he awakened unaware of his own death, and his expectations became reality. For those around him, his power overwhelmed all inside the temple. And even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Kalig himself.
Are there more dead Sith Lords in there?
Ah, you begin to see the crisis. There are still more ancient Sith Lords whose spirits lay dormant in the temple. If the ancient Sith Lords are woken by the violence within, they could overrun Dromund Kaas.
Let's keep them napping.
I have studied all of the burial chambers within. Each was made with the same ancient design, one we can exploit. If you fuse the 500-kilogram hinges on each tomb door, even a violent assault should not be able to wake the ancients.
What would have to be done?
The team I sent in earlier was using a massive metal torch. Effective, but slow, I'm afraid. They did not make it far. The torch must be recovered, and the doors of the ancients sealed.
Okay. Yeah, Lord Kalig. A Sith Lord betrayed, I'm guessing, by the Emperor. His spirit is now awoken. And with all the dark side energy around the temple, well, it's caused this whole situation. Let's look into getting the relics first, as we can grab these by the various possessed workers and Sith. Have a bonus mission to defeat 35 Imperial and Sith forces around and inside the Dark Temple. Sith warrior here, I believe.
Now.
You. Perfect, that's the bonus complete. And we got all the artifacts for Lord Duin. Let's go back and see him now, and then we'll proceed deeper towards the temple itself. Oh, we have a fellow Sith warrior. This one a marauder.
Your archaeologist team is dead. Killed for the relics they uncovered. I have them now.
Interesting. The Dark Temple's presence continues to surprise and fascinate. I'll quarantine the artifacts for future study. A shame we lost the whole team. At least it wasn't a total loss. After all, we got what we came for.
I'm pleased to have served.
Whatever secrets these pieces hide, we'll find them. Thank you.
41.
Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
Right. Onwards to the Dark Temple. So we need to locate the Ravager, this rogue Mandalorian, seal the vaults, the tombs, and of course we have the seismic data we need to retrieve.
Nobody better mess with us now.
If you have 3 Matrix shards, or more than 3 Matrix shards, obviously you would also come along this way to the Assembler. And I think with the Matrix shards, you actually create your own kind of unique relic. It used to be that the Matrix shards had their own color system. Some with a strength, some with a willpower, some increased your endurance. Things like that. Things of that nature. So you could create a relic with attributes you would like to improve when it was worn. I haven't played with Matrix shards in quite a while. Maybe they've changed. But into the temple we go. The Ravager's quite... It's not very deep into the temple.
Nobody better mess with us now.
But we'll leave the Ravager till last.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Oh, speaking of that, we can switch you back over to DPS.
Do you dare approach the great Nil Venerus, Lord of the Sith, Master of the Undying Darkness? Answer me. What insolence brings you to this place, slave?
You talk big, but I smell your fear. You're no Sith.
What? You're not afraid of me? You aren't a mindless puppet like the rest of them? I don't understand.
I still have my senses, but someone here is out of his.
You're right. I was out of my senses. But not anymore. I was part of an expedition sent by the Empire to measure strange activity in the Dark Temple. But soon after we entered, we all became different people. I became the mighty Lord Venerus, and the others became my obedient followers and servants.
Wait, you said you were part of an expedition?
We were gathering data for the Empire, and then we were all suddenly possessed. It's strange that you seem to be unaffected. In fact, it's strange to find you here at all. I thought the Imperials gave up sending people in here. What exactly are you doing here?
The Imperials want data. I'm going to get it for them.
So the Imperials haven't given up on getting their precious data, after all. This is lucky. You see, ever since I came to my senses, I've been worried that my followers will begin to doubt my leadership. I can't lose my power. I can't go back to being a slave. But maybe we can help each other.
It wouldn't be hard for me to eliminate you and your followers.
Well, I guess that's true. Except I'm the only one who can make all the others turn in their data. All I ask is that you find the symbols of Lord Venerus's power. They were looted from his tomb by the people possessed by Venerus's enemies. The symbols will help me reinforce my followers' belief in me, lock them in their dream.
I'm making no promises.
Be careful. Venerus's old enemies will put up a good fight.
Delightful. So we need to deal with this guy's delusions. If we're gonna get that seismic data we were asked to recover. Great. Ah, neophytes. Vet. Go get yourself force choked for me, please. Thank you, Vet. It's your the pain and suffering you suffer on my behalf that actually encourages me to take your shock collar off. See this? She chokes you, I choke her. You don't choke me. We're not making this like a love triangle. Let's not be weird about this. We only have one symbol of power so far. Ah, perfect. Wow, we could sneak by those slaves.
My network of spies reports that you crushed my enemies underfoot and found the symbols of power I requested.
We have a deal. I expect you to honor it.
I had not forgotten. I, too, have been very busy. Here is the data my servants collected before the temple transformed them. Let the Empire make of it what they will.
Enjoy your empire while it lasts.
Actually, that reminds me. There's one last itty-bitty little thing you can do. You see, power is useless without subjects. So I'd be grateful when you turn in the data, you'd encourage the Imperials to send more expeditions my way.
That seems a wise idea.
Yeah, I could...
That's not the answer I really wanted to go for. You see what I mean about dialogue sometimes? You didn't really have an answer to say no to him. Even the final result answer there was maybe. But yeah, now we need to go back to that captain. And we can tell him about... Not only did we retrieve the data, but whether or not the Empire should send more slaves, more archaeologists into the temple. So, obviously we have a Dark Temple here. We have an upper and lower level. I think there's other things we need to do in regards to the Ravager, but for now, as I say, we will leave that till last. We'll head along this way. Oh shit. Alright.
Think you scare me?
I may need a vet to heal us. I mean, there's only 2. Okay, those aren't so bad. Some Mandalorians also got possessed here, as did Valen Korrick himself. Yeah, looks like he's been possessed by the dark side of the Force. So he falls. Oh, companion gift, but yeah, the hunters have already respawned. Let's see about fighting our way out here.
Does the trick.
So, what did we get? Oh, another companion gift, and a belt and a new earpiece. Okay. Not that we're going to see any bonuses to our attributes, to our stats right now. So, let's go grab the plasma torch and start sealing up the tombs of the other Sith Lords. Thank you. And upstairs we go. Oh dear. Yeah, let's just weld these hinges shut. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you in a moment.
Hello, stranger. My internal chronometer tells me it has been exactly 963 years since this hologram was made. Have the Sith truly lived in fear of me for so long?
I guess that would depend on who you are and who you ask.
A careful answer. But you certainly don't need to fear me. This image is all that remains of Kelethur. Like so many before me, I challenged the Emperor and was buried in this temple. Fortunately, I had just enough time to make this, an interactive image that would transmit my secrets to whomever was bold enough to find my tomb and unlock it.
I unlocked your tomb, so start transmitting.
Patience, and everything will become clear. The way of the Sith lies in channeling the Force through the use of powerful emotions. Fear is the chief of these. The Sith feed on palpable dread.
What's the secret, then?
It's a lie. Fear is a lie. Passion, a lie. Fear gives temporary power, and passion is easily manipulated. Real strength in the Force comes when one is no longer afraid. And one can purge fear when one stops grasping after power, after things, after life itself, and allows the Force to guide him. There is only the Force.
What do you mean, there's only the Force?
Just that. Everything there is, life and death alike, is wrapped up in the Force. What I learned only lives on through this image and its device. Yet I am one with the Force, eternal and at peace. Take them. Take my teachings to the Sith. They will find power there, but a different kind. Not of darkness, but light.
Interesting. I don't know how such an interactive holocron knows that his true spirit is eternal and at peace within the Force. I'm guessing that's just belief. 'Cause, 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 'cause He seems very real for a holocron.
The world must know what you've learned.
The Sith should know fear is not the only way. As for me, my message is concluded. I will now depart.
Unless that actually was the spirit of Caliph prompting us to make the correct choice from his point of view in regards to his holocron. Oh, hello. A deranged Sith Ravager. A level 16 maniac. Delightful. So, we have this Twi'lek who seems to just be enjoying the view.
Enter and hear me. You mustn't kneel. I would gain no satisfaction from it. So, you've finally found our hidden temple. It's long since time. The followers of the Dark Path battle my forces, and your cruelty is needed.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
Fool. I am Farshal, Dark Lord of the Sith, and you stand within my domain. I oversaw this temple's construction, and I have ruled the jungle ever since. Now you will serve me.
You look more like a workman than a Sith.
My robes and helm were won in battle against Lord Vacuous. My lightsaber burns with the light of a star, and you dare question me? Now do as I require, and the riches of the temple will be yours. The teachings of the Dark Path lured my apprentice and Yara away, but I will have her back. You will retrieve her from the temple depths.
I don't understand. What's the Dark Path?
How can you not know? The other Dark Lords founded the Path to lure away my students. I do not know how my rivals reached my apprentice, but I know where she went. The Dark Path hides near here. Kill the followers of the Dark Path. Fight your way to their altar, and Nyara must confront you. Do this, or be punished by my power.
I don't believe you have any power.
Doubt no longer. Witness a demonstration of my strength. Now you've seen the power of a Dark Lord of the Sith. Now we are finished.
You may be Sith, but something is very strange here.
The followers of the Dark Path are not far. Go, and I will await you.
Ow. Freaking aye. Thanks, Vet, for just watching that happen. I'm sure you're very pleased seeing your master be shocked by Force lightning. Interesting that even a simple slave, judging by his markings, could be given the gift of Force-empowered lightning. So something about the other Dark Lords of the Sith founding the Dark Path. So even back then, if we believe these are ancient Sith, had different ideologies on which to follow. Which makes sense. Even the Jedi themselves have changed their code at least once over the millennia. Oh! You were still alive. Thank you, Vet. Watching my back.
Stay back. I don't know you. You aren't of the Dark Path. She whispers to me, tells me to go back to Lord Farshall, that I belong to Farshall, but it's wrong. Something's wrong.
Tell me what happened to you.
I was someone else. Before I came to the temple, I was powerful, I was Sith. But she keeps saying I'm an apprentice. Just an apprentice. And I hate her. But my hate isn't making me strong enough.
You're no longer in danger.
I came into the temple from the city. I remember the lights of the citadel. And then she pushed it all away. She says she's Anyara. She says we serve Farshall. She says there's no city out there, just jungle. Tell me who's right. Am I the temple apprentice Anyara, or is she lying? Is the city outside real?
Kaas City is real. It's where you're from. This temple is all wrong.
I knew it. Curse her. She's still in my head, but she's my enemy, and I am Sith. I can defeat her. I will.
Now, can you tell me what's going on?
I came from Kaas City, like you. But the temple makes people think strange things, remember being different people. I'm not an apprentice. That workman, he isn't Lord Farshall. But we thought we were. We played the roles. We even had the power.
Were your friends here possessed too?
These people, they were slaves, archaeologists. All of them sent in from the city, all of them influenced. I don't know how long my mind will stay my own, so I need to leave here now.
Get moving then, and be careful.
I suggest you leave the temple quickly, before thoughts enter your head too.
Delightful!
Ah. My spies tell me you found the Dark Path, and it seems you survived their fury. Did you find Anyara? Did you see my apprentice there?
Anyara's not your apprentice. None of this is what you believe.
She is determined to remain with the Dark Path, then. How disappointing. Still, you struck a blow at my rivals, and the Dark Path will not move against me soon. You may leave with your life. Take this reward, a token in acknowledgement of your efforts, and go.
What a waste of my talents.
Be wary of the temple's dangers, then. Beyond this room, I will not protect you.
Protect me, yes, that's what you've been doing. If we wish to, if we were an Inquisitor, we could go seek Lord Kalig deeper within the temple itself, but we are not here for that. We're here to go break our ankles. Ow. And then locate the Ravager. Oh, lovely. Oh. More Imperial troopers.
Bring it!
the Sith. Yeah, the Ravager is housed. By the looks of the device, it's clear that scavengers have recently dismantled the device. You'll have to reclaim the missing pieces in order to restore the Ravager. Shit. Okay. Who's been taking pieces from the mind-devouring device? Ooh. Explorers.
Always does the trick.
That's 3 out of 4 components required. Ah, perfect. Now let's see if we can reassemble the Ravager. I'll just make sure all the components are in the right place. Before we transport it back to Kaas City. Oh! Hi!
It was foolish of you to return here.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got another fight on our hands.
Those pieces you took from my minions belong to me. They will enable me to exact my revenge on Lord Farshal. I am Lord Vacuous, the conqueror of Begeddon, the killer of Garatak the Singed. Return what you have stolen, or burn.
You don't look like a Sith to me.
Perhaps your vision will improve in death.
No, it probably won't.
Ow!
If I die, I'm going to haunt you.
So one of the Lords of the Dark Path, I'm guessing. Ooh, it's like a crown. I'll be taking that, thank you. Okay, back to Outpost Warden and then back to the Sanctum.
You're back. I hope you sealed the chambers of the ancients, Keleth Ur's chamber especially. I'm terrified to think what would happen if SWTOR and his crazed ideas were to re-emerge.
I think his secrets are worth examining.
What? What's this? How could you? No, I want no part of this. Please, destroy it. Bury it. Steal it away.
You reek of fear.
Clearly you don't understand. Throughout history, the light has endeavored to destroy the darkness. The Emperor was right to murder SWTOR for his heresy. Peace, serenity, words for the stifling of the very emotions that drive us.
Wouldn't it be wise to learn the teachings of our enemy?
No, that's not... Wait. Yes, I think I understand your reasoning. Fine. I will take the teachings of SWTOR and study them so that the darkness may prevail over the light. Now, please, leave. The temple is safe, and I must take these teachings back to my chambers and make sure they're secure.
I was actually hoping to keep a hold of them myself, so that I might study them, but... no, I guess we don't ever have that option. I have your seismic data, Captain.
Ah, the only thing more powerful than the Dark Temple. Any luck getting that data?
Here's your data, as promised.
Hey, you actually came through. Can't say I was expecting that. Can't say it's not a relief. Now we can finally stop sending expeditions in there, wasting all those slaves who should be building monuments to the Empire.
Slaves shouldn't be collecting data anyway.
My superiors may feel differently, but I tend to agree with you on that point. Anyway, I believe that concludes our business here. Goodbye then, and thanks for the data. Your service to the Empire will not be forgotten.
Not a problem. Get a choice of 4 relics there, all of them inferior to the ones we already have.
Destination?
Onwards to the Sanctum. It's been a long, somewhat part of the series, but it's all been relevant, getting to the Dark Temple and back again. The city limits kind of flickering in and out there.
Walk in here, you get an instant headache.
When I sent you into the Dark Temple for the Ravager, I thought it might be the last time I saw you, apprentice. The prisoner grows weaker by the minute. There's no time to spare. Stand back and bear witness.
You're wasting your time. I will not.
Yes, the Ravager has seized his mind. Excellent. In his condition, we don't have long before the ordeal liquefies all brain matter.
He is the picture of torment.
I endured his defiance for so long. It is a sight for angered eyes. Republic Worm, you have the information I desire. Tell me everything.
I am Republic Information Service on special assignment to verify possible Imperial spy on Nar Shaddaa, commissioned by Jedi Council, acting on suspicions provided by Master Dromund Kaas.
Dromund Kaas. That's a name I grow tired of hearing.
One of your enemies, I take it.
My oldest and most hated enemy. An old wound that continues to fester. Dromund Kaas is a Jedi Master who infiltrated the Sith. I rooted him out. Then he nearly destroyed me and fled. He's dedicated himself to proving that the Sith have spies embedded within Republic and Jedi ranks. I've thwarted him at every turn, but he is tenacious. How did Dromund Kaas come to suspect my spy on Nar Shaddaa? Tell me, Republic wretch, what alerted him?
Master Dromund Kaas has a new Padawan. She seems to know any being's true nature. She senses hidden darkness and untapped purity.
Astonishing. I'd never heard of the Force granting such a gift. Tell me, how does her power work?
All I know is when Master Dromund Kaas brought her to Nar Shaddaa, this Padawan sensed darkness in your spy simply by seeing him.
What's a Padawan?
That is what the Jedi call their trainees. It means she is not yet a Jedi. If this young Padawan can see through deception and disguise with such little effort, she threatens everything I have worked for. Continue, Republic dog.
Kaas believes his Padawan's ability is foolproof, but the Jedi Council is skeptical. I was to provide the proof, but I wasn't able to report my findings.
We must know more about this Padawan.
Yes, my apprentice. Such a threat must not wander the galaxy unchecked. Who is this Padawan, you Republic pest? Tell me everything you know about her.
She was found on Alderaan. Her power first emerged training on Tatooine. And Jedi sent another agent to investigate someone she suspected on Balmorra.
He's fading. Is she human or one of the Jedi's cursed aliens? Where can I find her? What is her name?
I have nothing more.
The Ravager has emptied his mind. That is all we have to go on. A few random places within the greater galaxy where Dromund Kaas and his Padawan have been.
It's a start, Master. That device did the trick.
You are correct. We now have leads to follow. Dromund Kaas is a relentless crusader, and this Padawan and her unprecedented power threaten everything I have achieved. Your duties are likely to take you to the far reaches of the galaxy. I will need to deploy you at will. You shall have a starship of your own. You've earned it. Go to my personal hangar in the spaceport and claim it.
I'll head there immediately.
I must ponder our next move. Waste no time. Get your starship in my hangar and wait for further instructions.
Yeah, let's go before he tells me to clean all this up. okay?
Hey, we get a new lightsaber. Oh, wait, what?
Waste no more time. Go to my hangar in the spaceport and claim your starship. I will contact you with your new orders.
Very well. Back to Kaas Spaceport. Our time here on Dromund Kaas has come to a close. For now, at least. Oh, no companion gift. Speaking of, as we run around here, lightsabers.
Destination. Enjoy your stay.
So, we've been granted our own personal starship. There's a few places of interest. That Republic agent, who was a member of the Strategic Information Service as well, give us information on. Seemingly there may be another potential spy of Darth Baras's on the world of Balmorra. We know this new Padawan was discovered on Alderaan, and that she received some training on the world of Tatooine. And of course we know about the original spy that was potentially discovered on Nar Shaddaa, which the agent was sent to confirm. Obviously the Republic SIS are the equivalent of the Imperial's own intelligence branch. They have a bit more autonomy. There's various divisions. Some of those divisions do tasks which not even the Senate themselves know about. And there are even Jedi who make up some of the SIS. Not all of the Jedi follow the strict guidelines of the main Jedi Council. They believe in, obviously, the Order and what it stands for, but they have their own ways of going about things, shall we say.
Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
Take a look at that. We're going in style now.
Nice ship. Are you leaving Dromund Kaas?
Your name, now.
Relax. I'm a friend. Bearing gifts. Sylventa Grathan sent me to deliver this token of her appreciation for all you've done for her. It will greatly enhance this new ship of yours.
Does she usually send a Sith to deliver a gift?
Very good. No, that's not the typical MO. I'm here on behalf of Sylventa's husband, Lord Grathan, who has added his own present to the offering. He claims you know too much.
Sylvanta needs to get her house in order.
Are you mad? Lady Grathan doesn't control the household. I answer only to Lord Grathan. I've murdered just about every form of sentient being in the galaxy, and I'm here for you.
Her son is trying to take the reins of power. Seems her son is ambitious after all. Maybe we should leave her a message before we decide to come back to Graffin's estate and wipe out the entire dynasty. But for now, we'll just leave the body as proof of the situation. Hey, we have a new ability. The Backhand. Bashes a target for a small amount of kinetic damage. It also stuns the enemy for 4 seconds. It actually generates a high amount of threat. And get on board this Fury class interceptor.
Greetings. I am 2VR8, factotum droid for this vessel. You must be my new master. Gentle, kind new master.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What's your function aboard my ship?
I am programmed for a wide array of tasks, including but not limited to meal preparation, ship maintenance, janitorial duty, and etiquette. Welcome aboard this Fury-class Imperial Interceptor, a versatile craft combining a starfighter's maneuverability with armament to rival larger military vessels. You'll find all of the standard amenities, including your own private captain's locker for storing valuables. The astrogation console contains a constantly updated map of the known galaxy. Interstellar communications are accessed via the ship's holoterminal. Priority alerts that you may find useful are available from the Imperial HoloNet console. Lastly, the ship's intercom will inform your crew that you wish to issue new orders. Any questions, Master?
Are you at least capable of providing security while I'm not aboard?
I regret I am unable to offer you combat support, Master. Frankly, my chassis couldn't withstand the stress. However, should any errands arise that are beneath your superior status, please do not hesitate to call upon me. I function to serve you. Whenever you are ready to depart, consult the galaxy map on your bridge. It will program the proper astrogation coordinates and activate the engines.
So we have our second official companion, 2VR8. So, let's get to know our ship. We have the crew bunk, or the crew quarters here. We have a meeting room. See the main kind of lounging area with its own training dummy. Guessing this is our private quarters. We have the mission console, which we'll need to look at from level 50 onwards. The escape pod. Oh, another escape pod as well. The engines, obviously Vet here. And the cockpit. We have a communication system here for the Imperial Fleet Command if we would like to do some space missions, which are different from the Galactic Starfighter PvP missions. It's kind of a on the rail shooter with you having various quests, areas you could fly through. And of course we have Dromund Kaas in the distance. We have our own galaxy map. So we're here in the seat of the Empire region of the galaxy. Ooh, and the dark side is victorious. Very nice. How do we pan back? Must be a way to maybe pan back out when you've zoomed in. Okay, so you can drag. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Ooh, we have our own little mailbox here. Perfect. Ah, yes, of course. Where? Ah, the cargo bay, of course. We have our own little astromech droid. We have our own personal cargo hold. 2 seconds, I'll just do that. And go put our requisitioned gear away. Do we have this? I don't need this belt, I'll sell this. Companion gifts. We need to keep those too. Keep that helmet, keep that mask, keep that mask. Keep those two as well. We have all these items, some of which, even though they're both Warzone med packs, we can't group them together for some reason. Somewhat annoying. Okay, that looks fine to me. We'll store the rest of it later. We also have our legacy storage hold, which is connected to all the players of my legacy on this current server. So I have a lot of companion gifts to put away. These have the scrap. Right, that looks good. Right, that looks really good. So we have our own galactic market kiosk here. If you want to buy anything off any other players or sell anything.
Good to see you, Master. I applied a fresh coat of paint to your quarters. Same colour, of course, only fresher.
Right, let's let Darth Bara know we are leaving the world.
Apprentice, I trust you find your starship satisfactory?
It's an outstanding vessel.
I hope that it serves you well. There is much to be done. My interests must be protected, and my enemies destroyed. Dromund Kaas' efforts to expose my spies and prove his Padawan's power to the Jedi Council must meet with systemic failure. You will exhaust yourself in this charge.
Where do you suggest I begin?
The information we siphoned from that Republic agent will be our map. We know my spy on Nar Shaddaa was being surveilled. We know where this Padawan was discovered, where she trained, and that the Jedi have sent someone to investigate my spy on Balmorra. The Padawan will have to be hunted down and destroyed, but first you must secure my network by silencing my spies on Balmorra and Nar Shaddaa.
Why not simply recall your spies?
Their disappearance would look suspicious. and serve to confirm the Padawan's accusations. My spies must die. My contacts on Balmora and Nar Shaddaa will detail what must be done. Your tasks are paramount, apprentice. Bring cruelty. Bring rage. Bring death.
Okay, so before we deal with Dromund Kaas' new Padawan, before she can expose anyone else, we must first deal with the exposed spies of Darth Baras, and probably make it look like it isn't Darth Baras covering his own back, even though very much it is. Now, Vet would probably very much like that shock collar taken off from around her neck. We'll speak to her later. What we'll do is, because this has been a very long part of the series, we'll take a break here. When we come back next time, we'll probably be back on the Imperial fleet. I'm probably going to grab some more item modifications. And then we'll probably look at doing our next flashpoint. After all, we have been asked to lend... Ooh, so close. To lend our aid with some situations, one of which is from a race known as the Adverseka Jeremy and their Hammer Station. Either way, we'll probably start off on our way to the departures or mission departures elevator, and we'll see what Darth Malgus has to say about Hammer Station. And once we've cleared that situation out, sorry, I keep saying situation. Once we've cleared that flashpoint, we'll probably come back and speak to Vet more. I'm gonna have a think about something before I start the next part of the series. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Either way, thank you for joining me. This has been a long pod, I admit, but we now can basically explore the galaxy. Happy days. Thank you all for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you for even more Star Wars The Old Republic next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye now.